Good morning, this is Miss Ellie White, and I come to this morning to the Trump administration to give you this introductory video that I would like to be nominated for the ambassador to Russia because I see that there's a great importance in our country going forward with people who have successfully negotiated deals in many, many countries, as does myself, but which do not have a political agenda or background which would make us susceptible to any corruption or other ulterior motives in many of the people who are putting themselves out there for your consideration. If you look at what happened in Peru and Colombia, and that they marched me forward to set me next to the president of the country and their number one general, and then announced to 88,000 people in attendance at Stadio San Marcos and 500 of South America's top generals that I was their new ambassador. Not the ones that the United States, sent to us, but the ones that we picked for ourselves, for their genuine love on and loving of our people. And this was said with 500 of the top generals of South America in attendance. And I literally spent 4 hours a day during siesta time to have 30,000 people file past and, kiss my cheeks or shake my hand or congratulate or welcome me to the country and thank me for the work that we were doing to help 400 homeless children a day and to do work in San Juan de Lurigancho, supposedly the world's most dangerous prison. And the first time I went through, they sent me in with 150 guards in a circle round about me. And the next time I went back in, I walked in with one 4-foot-tall Peruvian gentleman to lead me about to the different barrios or sections of the prison. And that was it. And I absolutely love the people of many, many, many nations and would welcome the opportunity to negotiate a new peace, a new working relationship with someone who has been unfairly demonized in all the media, as yourself has experienced in these last year. And basically it was used to try to fulfill the created need of an adversary, for which a person having a longer time in politics might be better suited to deal with those situations, but only with one hand over a red button to which militaristic agendas were propagated by her very, very close ties with industries in that nature. And we need to figure out a way to develop industries and to bring industries home. And I have many, many ideas which would instantly bring those companies back to American jobs, and which we can heal and establish relationships in many countries that we have either destabilized or demonized in the past years. So I welcome that opportunity. I've been a student in Masters of Diplomacy, Peace Negotiating, and Military History. I worked and saved President George Bush in a plot to assassinate him in 2007. And I have 7 varying level degrees in educations and classes in business and finance, in economics, and in military and history studies. I was invited to Israel as a part of the Israel-Palestine peace negotiating talks every 6 months for 7 years, and have a vast experience of many countries, traveling 3 cities a day all over the world for 27 years. So there are a lot of people out in the business world who are very well known in Italy, Russia, Japan, many Asian countries, United Kingdom, Scotland, Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Jamaica, around the world, that would love to have an opportunity to present to you a truly unique and new administration which would bring the best of the people in business to your administration, and not cronyisms, which you'd always have to be looking over your shoulder to protect yourself from, as they really have a seat in a round office, or, excuse me, the Oval Office. Just an off-sided joke there. But, when people defame you in public and then are kissing your butt the very next minute to try to get a position in your cabinet, seriously, all jokes aside, you must have a desire to have peace when you walk into the White House and not worry about somebody undermining all your efforts or using their political ties to destabilize your administration. So let's get rid of all the NWO people out there who constantly want to test the waters to see what the people will take, because we're choking from what we've been taking. And with everybody in America, 74% of the people having less than $100 to their name. And this was last summer before anyone even turned on their heat. And now we're ramping up these deals to double the price of oil, to glut the Russian trading partners with natural gas and destroy that final nail to Putin. This is absolutely absurd. We need to be working with our neighbors. We need to be showing our humanity, our brotherhood, and our ties with all men of all countries. And not this agenda which says if you have 8 mansions, you're better than the next guy. Because if you're getting a divorce and you've just taken 6 kids under your house and exposing them to that, then what kind of a life is that? That doesn't prove our civilization. Our civilization is in our heart and in our head, and how we treat the guy next door, the guy across the street, and the guy that we will never meet. Okay? And I have had $7.75 million spent in trying to silence my feeling that we don't have to cave in to NWO. We don't have to follow the orders of 300 people who are bent on destroying 7 billion people in the world so that they can occupy all the land, but then they'll have nobody to gloat over. So if you can please take a moment and look at my credentials and speak to Prince Hinomiya in Tokyo, or the Secretary of State in Italy, or anybody in Russia or France or United Kingdom or Australia or New Zealand or many other countries, then they will tell you about my genuine interest in helping all of humanity and being better ambassadors no matter what our job is. Thank you so much. Feel free to contact me at buffalostudy@yahoo.com. P.O. Box 31, Big Bear Lake, California, 92315. PayPal.me/buffalostudy@yahoo.com. And look at the people that I have negotiated with and the evil influences that I've succeeded against. And the very fact that I turned $40 every other week into 39 properties and $128 million, and the NWO agenda and DNC, DWS's family, David Wogernies, saw fit to steal from me so that they can prove that a single mom depositing $40 every other week cannot turn it into the empire, which I did. And those people ought to be hiring me as their top economic advisor to see what I did and how I did it to succeed at that. So I have spent these last 7 winters with zero heat, fighting against dozens of attempts on my life to silence me for simply trying to save my little tiny family farm, which proved to be so threatening for their side, and which they sold most of the properties in order to support building a hotel on my family farm and paying $3.3 million to a certain person's campaign that I believe you're very familiar with, your 4th cousin or whoever it is, that she promised DWS would get the Secretary of State position for $3.3 million that was paid out of the proceeds of my property to her foundation, that if she got elected, DWS would be nominated as Secretary of State. And, there's people out there that should be asking, how did I turn $40 every other week into $128 million? And I'm on the same team as you are, and I supplied your administration with many Russia facts, including the fact that Russia had 68,000 of Hillary Clinton's emails, and China has kept between 25 and 28,000 of however many they initially received. And instead of worrying about who hacked and who gave to who, we need to worry about the information in those files, and that these are real and exact conversations of people building their power on piles of nations and humanity everywhere that they're stepping on to make a little dome so that they can climb to the top of that dome and be the top of the power. And after you kill 7 billion people and there's only 300 to 500,000 people left on the earth, well, there's nobody left to be your servant. There's nobody left to be your warehouse manufacturing person. There's no people left to gloat over. There's no people left to pay taxes. There's nobody left. So their agenda is extremely self-defeating, but they're following very evil and vile leaders at the top. And we need to arm ourselves for success both physically and spiritually. That we're going to win in this world because we have good hearts and we love each other and we take care of each other and we negotiate deals which will make America strong again and which will not destroy other regimes and destroy tourist industry all over the world, because when you travel to another country, those people hate Americans, and Americans are absolutely oblivious to the horrors which were perpetrated in their name, not by just American leaders, but by leaders in other countries who are of the 300. So, throw off those remnants of the old regime, and they're trying to put a mantle on you and make you one of their own and get you to, make secret signals in every video and presentation where you appear before the people. Please fill your administration with brand new, hardworking, good people that can show the world how to make a happy, successful, and wonderful world to live in, and to be able to get excited and proud of ourselves again. Thank you so much, and please feel free to contact me at your very earliest convenience. BuffaloStudy@yahoo.com. Thank you so much. Looking forward to working with you, and proud to have been a part of your volunteering campaign for this entire last year. Thank you so much.